An inconspicuous missile blooms over the target area, 90 submunitions scatter like dandelions of death, and the lights of an entire city go out in seconds. Not a sci-fi movie, but a real deterrent brought about by the CCTV-exposed Defender 600 missile. Do you think modern warfare is still a smoke-filled broken wall? This question lingered in the minds of military observers when CCTV first showed the mysterious weapon, called the Defender 600, in an animated video released on June the 26th on social media. The missile system, which has a minimum range of 80 kilometers and a maximum range of 290 kilometers, can be launched from land or sea platforms, and carries 4 lethal warheads. The most striking is its conductive fiber battle section, 90 submunitions hidden inside the 490-kilogram body, which, when they split 300 meters above the target, spring up like spring-loaded dolls, and explode in mid-air in a silver cloud of chemically treated carbon fiber filaments. These conductive fibers are thinner than a hair, silently covering high-voltage power equipment, triggering a large-scale short circuit, ultimately leading to the target area total power outage. CCTV did not explicitly call it graphite bomb, but its mode of operation and the U.S. military field verification of the power failure bomb is strikingly similar. Graphite bomb's core killing principle is not the explosion of shock waves, but to paralyze a country's nerve center, the power system. This weapon is military experts called power killer. The horror is not to destroy the building, but can paralyze an entire city. Communication disruption, factory shut down, people panic. The U.S. military knows this all too well. In the 1991 Gulf War, Tomahawk cruise missiles equipped with BLU-114 B graphite warheads paralyzed 85% of Iraq's power grid and instantly blinded the military command system. During the 1999 Kosovo War, CBU-102 graphite bombs, dropped by F-117 stealth fighters, killed about 70% of Serbia's population. Bombs further disabled about 70% of Serbia's electrical system. The strategy of modern warfare has shifted from destroying enemy forces to paralyzing combat systems, especially command, control, communication, computer, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance networks. Chen Chundi, editor of Modern Ships magazine, described graphite bombs as a game-changing, unconventional weapon for the PLA in future conflicts back in 2017. When we turn our attention to the Taiwan Strait, the strategic value of the Defender 600's conductive fiber combat section comes into sharp focus. The vulnerability of Taiwan's power grid has long been an open secret. 70% of the island's power generation relies on natural gas, and the main substations and power stations are highly concentrated in narrow corridors along the western coast. From the Taichung thermal power plant to the Dayton natural gas power plant, these key nodes are arranged along the coastline and are as dependent on each other as dominoes. During Taiwan's island-wide blackout in 2002, even global chip-making giant TSMC nearly shut down production. This centralized power grid structure, in the eyes of military experts, is simply the perfect target for graphite bombs. Once the conductive fiber filaments cover the key nodes, the Taiwanese Army radar stations, command centers and even Xiangfeng missile positions may become blind. Detection, early warning, command and control systems will be collectively offline. More worrying is that the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, authorities have announced an investment of $18 billion in power grid renovation, trying to establish decentralized energy and microgrid system. But this kind of project will take at least 10 years to complete. TAI Power engineers have privately revealed that only 4 of the 23 planned smart substations have been completed, and the underground cable laying is 40% behind schedule. The Defender 600 missile, on the other hand, takes less than 5 minutes to launch from Pingtan, Fujian Province, over Taipei. In addition to graphite warheads, it can be readily converted to armor-piercing bombs to combat warships, kill explosive bombs to clear positions, and drill bombs to destroy reinforced hangars and runways. This one-bullet multi-purpose feature makes it the Swiss Army knife in future Taiwan Strait operations. When the first batch of graphite warheads paralyze the air defense system, the second wave of missiles can immediately replace the anti-runway combat unit. The Taiwanese fighter aircraft blocked in the hangar, the third wave will be able to carry cluster warheads to sweep the beachhead fortifications. This seamless multi-level strike capability, so that the traditional defense system is virtually null and void. Advances in Chinese military technology have equipped the Defender 600 with a smart brain, and the WS-600L model displayed at the 2018 Zhuhai Air Show has achieved an impressive accuracy of less than or equal to 10 meters. Chen Chundi has predicted that China's graphite weapons will be fused with the Baidu navigation system to achieve meter-level precision strikes, and may be integrated into cruise missiles in the future. This means that the PLA can accurately paralyze the power supply to office buildings of the Taiwan authorities without affecting the surrounding residential areas, a kind of surgical power cut. Russian military expert Vasily Kashin pointed out the weakness of graphite bombs. High humidity, especially precipitation, can cause carbon fiber to clump and fail. With Taiwan's many typhoons in summer and frequent rainfall in the northeast monsoon in winter, the attack window needs to be finely tuned. But modern warfare is multi-domain joint operations. If the PLA synchronized launch of electromagnetic pulse bombs, or launch a cyber attack, Taiwan's power resurrection plan will still be bankrupt. 2023 Hengquang exercises exposed the lack of power restoration capacity, showed that Taiwan's power to repair the key substation on average 72 hours, and the graphite fiber completely removed the need for professional equipment and technicians to work with the actual recovery time. Maybe as long as a week. Recovery time could be as long as a week. The fact that CCTV chose to display the Defender 600 in an animated format is in itself a well-designed cognitive battle. This kind of display not only warns the forces of Taiwan independence not to touch the red line, but also delineates a safety zone for Taiwan compatriots, conveying the political message that, as long as we resist Taiwan independence, we don't need to bear the fire of war. The political signal that, as long as you resist Taiwan independence, you don't need to bear the fire of war. It is worth noting that, when NATO and the United States used graphite bombs against Serbia and Iraq, almost no one in the international community condemned this kind of non-lethal strike. The West would be hard-pressed to find the moral high ground to criticize mainland China for defining a similar weapon as a special tool for countering Taiwan independence. What is really frightening for the islanders is the deep dependence on electricity in their daily lives. When people realize that cell phone navigation, ATM withdrawals, and elevator operation can all disappear with a single order, the appeal of the slogan, "Resist land and protect Taiwan," will be greatly reduced. Mr. Chen, a Taipei resident, said frankly after experiencing a regional blackout in 2022, all the food in the refrigerator was spoiled. The elevator stopped on the 15th floor, and I climbed 30 flights of stairs to reach my home, and that's just a small blackout of 3 hours. If the DPP authorities take the opportunity to speculate on the mainland threat and promote the wartime power grid decentralization, on the contrary, it may reveal the location of more military facilities, falling into the paradox of the more protection, the more vulnerable. The more protection you have, the more vulnerable you are. Paradox. The 100 mobile generators recently purchased by the Taiwanese army in secret have revealed a fatal flaw in the exercise. These devices need specialized vehicles to transport them, and major highways and bridges are the first targets of the PLA's strikes. Even more ironically, these generators are stored in fixed warehouses along the western coast, the perfect targets for the Defender 600. The Taiwanese authorities plan to spend $18 billion to revamp the power grid, but decentralized energy construction will take a decade, whereas the Defender 600 missile can go from launch to grid paralysis in minutes. The missile's multifunctional warhead is a piece of cake in the rocket force's arsenal. When Russian expert Kashin wrote about the graphite bomb's weather weaknesses in his analysis, he probably didn't realize that PLA meteorological units off the coast of Fujian had already begun to study the cloud charts of the Taiwan Strait. 2025 during the Thunder Power Outage exercise held in the Eastern Theater of Operations in early 2012, the participating units successfully completed a simulated attack between rainfalls, validating the operational preliminaries under complex meteorological conditions. The exercise verified the combat plan under complex weather conditions. Taiwan's power workers occasionally look up at the sky when servicing high-voltage substations, wondering if the falling raindrops are mixed with invisible carbon fiber filaments. The next blackout may no longer be an accident.